Alright guys, I know E3 ended on Thursday I believe, but I just wanted to do a short video on my thoughts on this year's E3 conference with all the big titles announced. And I'm not going to go through every single title, just the ones that interested me. So the first thing that they started the show with was the Microsoft conference. We had Tomb Raider announced, and I think this is good because Tomb Raider getting, I guess, a reboot for the series is definitely something it needed. I did enjoy the Tomb Raider games. I thought Tomb Raider 1, where you first go down to the caves and find the dinosaurs, that was the shit. And I did like the games. I thought they were enjoyable. A good mix of, you know, fighting and puzzle elements. So I do like the Tomb Raider series, and I'm glad to see them still doing something with it. Then they started talking about this movies and how you can watch movies on the Xbox. I don't really care about this. That's one reason, like, I do enjoy the Nintendo consoles. And I know Nintendo is trying to get into this more now with movies and stuff on their systems, but for me as a fan, I don't need that crap. I don't care about it. I don't want to watch movies on my... Like, I use Netflix streaming on the Wii, but that's different. I don't need to have Bluetooth and everything hooked up to my video game system. I buy it because I want to play video games on it. I don't buy it because it's a Blu-ray player. I mean, those things can be added bonuses, but it's not really a selling point for me. I'm not saying it's a bad idea for Microsoft. I just personally don't care that much about it. I won't use it. Halo 4. Now, I don't have an Xbox. I don't have a 360. I'm not saying it's a bad system. I just personally have always bought the Nintendo systems. Just that's what I've been buying since I was a little kid. I've had regular Nintendo. My brother would get PlayStation. My friends would have Genesis. So I would always end up playing all the other systems anyway. But as for what I wanted, it would always be a Nintendo console. I have every single console they've ever put out. And Halo 4 I think looks really cool, but I'm not going to play this game by myself. I enjoy playing Halo campaign mode with a friend or multiplayer with a friend. I don't actually play the game alone. So I think Halo 4 will be a really fun game to play with a friend for me. Resident Evil 6, this game could be, this game should be good. I am in, like I said before, I play the games with a friend most of the time, so I didn't mind Resident Evil 5. I thought it was fun. I enjoyed playing it with a friend of mine on the PlayStation, so yeah, I don't really mind the co-op aspect of that. And the same thing goes with Dead Space 3. I know that's probably going to take away the horror elements a little bit, but yeah, I don't know if it's necessary to play with a friend. I don't think it is. So the game should still be there, and it should be fun. But if you want to play with a friend, now you have that option. So I think that's a good thing, and I look forward to playing that through with a friend of mine also. Black Ops 2, probably just more of the same. I'm a fan of the Call of Duty games, so that's not necessarily a bad thing, but I know a lot of people are probably thinking, oh, it's just another Call of Duty game, but I mean, you're still going to buy it, so. South Park Stick of Truth, badass. This looks awesome. I really can't wait to play that. SimCity, I enjoy this franchise. I enjoy the Sim games. I like The Sims, SimCity, all of that type of stuff. Always been a fan of these types of games. Roller Coaster Tycoon, I like all that stuff. So this one is definitely a interesting game for me. The new UFC game, I guess they switched the rights over to EA. I don't really care that much because I haven't played some of the new UFC games. The last UFC game I played was on the GameCube and the one for the Sega Dreamcast. And I really like those games. I think it's fun and it's a great game to play with your friends. So I do look forward to this, but I can't really speak on it as I haven't played a UFC game in a while. Far Cry 3, that looks really good from the trailer. I thought it looked awesome. Avengers was another game that looked really great from the trailer. Definitely stuck out in my mind. That game is just gonna be awesome. I didn't know, like, when they make a movie like the Avengers, like Spider-Man, the new movie coming out, they already have a video game ready. and I was wondering why they didn't have one for the Avengers ready, and then I thought maybe the licenses, they couldn't get them all or something like that to make a video game. They couldn't come to an agreement. So I thought maybe there was a problem with that. But yeah, judging from this trailer, we will get an Avengers video game, so that's going to be awesome. Ubisoft announced a Rayman game. I enjoyed this game when it was on the Nintendo 64. Even though I have a Wii, I haven't really played any of the Raving Rabbids or whatever it's called. I hear great things about it, and I probably will pick it up at a discount sometime in the future just for my collection. But yeah, I really did enjoy the games when I played them. I think I played one on the Game Boy and I played one on the Nintendo 64, and it's a fun platformer. Watch Dogs, this was a badass trailer. Probably one of the bigger hits of E3. I thought this game looked great, as well as Assassin's Creed 3. Now, onto PlayStation. They announced some stuff for the Vita, and they announced this Battle Royale, which I guess is supposed to be Sony's Super Smash Brothers, and it looks really cool. It looks fun. I don't know if they have like the deep history for the franchise, like the games they're putting in this Battle Royale, but it still looks like a fun game. And if you enjoy the Smash Brothers style, where you have to, I guess, knock them out of the ring, stuff like that, then this actually should be pretty awesome. I would like to play this. And I've never really been big on Sony games or anything like that, so I think the BioShock guy's in it. Kratos from God of War. Who else is in this? I don't know, but there's a bunch of people, so it should be a fun game. Then they announced God of War. I've only got to play a little bit of the first God of War, but it is a badass video game series. If I had a PlayStation, I would be super hyped for this, and hopefully my brother will get this game, or someone else I know with a PlayStation, and I will actually be able to play the game. So it just looks awesome for me. That's another thing. I don't want to say I would never buy a PlayStation or an Xbox. Right now, it's just so late in those systems' lifespans that it doesn't make sense for me to spend the money to buy one of these now. Especially when we don't know if the new ones are going to be backwards compatible. So that's what I'm waiting for. Last of Us, this is another game. I guess it's supposed to be in a post-apocalyptic world where it's just like this guy and his kid, and it looks like a really cool trailer to me, so I was interested in this. Sly Cooper was another fun series, and a new Star Wars game. So now on to the Nintendo part of the conference. I thought Nintendo did the best this year. Now that's not saying the other systems aren't going to bring it next year. Just because Nintendo was very impressive this year, I think next year we're probably going to hear about a new Xbox, a new PlayStation, and that's probably going to steal the show next year. So I think this was just Nintendo's time. The other systems didn't really have a lot to bring. So we got a lot more information on the Wii U. And I'm glad to see they have a controller, and it looks like an Xbox controller. Kind of the button configuration's kind of like a GameCube controller. And that's good. That is very, very important, because they want to make this system for hardcore gamers, and I am just hoping that it doesn't start off where we get all these third-party titles and then it just turns to crap and nobody wants to put games on this thing. The technology should be there to carry it to the next generation along with the new PlayStation and Xbox, but we'll have to wait and see. With Nintendo, it's always a toss-up with these types of things. It starts off good, everybody's hyped about it, you have the tablet, more gimmicks. Even though the gimmick looks fun, I really thought it was cool last year how they did the hide-and-seek demo. I mean, you can have a lot of fun with this thing, but I don't want it to end up being what every game is about. I just want video games I can play. I am so tired as a Wii owner of missing out on great games because I bought the Wii. It's really disappointing. So much crap I have missed out on. Just a small thing here, but something that really pissed me off was the WiiWare limitations. I have wanted a Marvel vs. Capcom game on a Nintendo system since the very first one, since X-Men Children of the Atom. And I thought we would finally get it on WiiWare, and because of this damn stupid restrictions, it was too big to put on WiiWare. So I couldn't get the game, even though they had every intention of putting it on the Wii. Just stuff like that, where Nintendo shoots themselves in the foot with the friend codes and all of that. I mean, what did you have to talk to people online with besides that lame Wii Speak? Call of Duty came out with the headset and they fixed it. It instantly worked and everybody got one, and then you could finally talk to people. And this came out, what, last year? Or the year before? This late in the Wii's life? And they're finally just now getting it so you can talk to people online? I mean, Dreamcast had that shit. So I'm really looking forward to the Wii U, because it looks like Nintendo has actually improved the online. They realize they made a mistake with this friend code stuff, and they're trying their best to fix it. They want to make a system for their hardcore gamers, and that's really what they have to do right now. The franchises, Mario, Zelda, Metroid, which is a reason I buy Nintendo, I love those games. Those games are always going to be good. Those games are always going to sell. But you can't sell a system to people who don't care about those games when you have no third-party titles. And there's been a few. No More Heroes, Mad World. The Conduit was okay. So Nintendo did have some good stuff on the Wii, but it missed out on a lot of great games. And when you have dumbed down versions of Call of Duty where you can't play all the zombie maps, we only got one zombie map, stuff like that, just constant problems. I know all the wrestling games, WWE 12, you can't play online on the Wii, you can't download anything on the Wii. And I mean, why the hell would I buy that version when I can get so much more in the others? And I mean, it's not about graphics with me, it's about gameplay, just straight up. But when I feel like I'm not getting the full experience, it really bothers me. I feel like I'm being punished for having the Wii, and it really pisses me off. But Nintendo did a good job at the conference this year with Wii U. I'm excited about it. A lot of other gamers who have given up on Nintendo in the past are excited about it. The 3DS had a great showing here. Just a few games announced. Zombie U looks really fun, and I'm sure you're going to be able to use the controller. You won't have to use the tablet if you don't want to, and it looks like a really cool game. I'm a huge fan of zombies in any format. So yeah, having a zombie game announced for the Wii U is awesome news for me. Pikmin 3 was announced. Batman Arkham City Armored Edition. Sure, we're getting the game late, but at least we're getting the game. Epic Mickey, that's actually a really good Wii game, so this being announced is great news. A new Mario Brothers game. Not really much to say about that. Miiverse, this interactive lobby type thing Nintendo wants to do, and I'm glad they're not like getting rid of the Miis completely. I have no problem with the Miis being able to design your characters and do different stuff, and you can actually do a lot with the Miis on the 3DS. So this is cool. I'm sure they're going to have a lot of ways to connect those. Paper Mario for the 3DS looks great. Lego City Undercover is a game I've been interested in a while. I typically don't get the Lego games, but this one actually seems like it could be fun, and I am looking forward to hearing more about this. Project P100, I'm not sure about this, but I wrote it down because I thought it looked really awesome. And the only thing I can think of is maybe it's like Pikmin, where you're running from these giant robots, but it looks really cool, and it's just, I like the graphics of this. It's kind of cartoony, and it looks really fun to me. Heroes of Ruin for the 3DS, Luigi's Mansion Dark Moon, Kingdom Hearts Dream Drop Distance, and Castlevania Lords of Shadow, all 3DS titles. Look amazing. Going to be a great year for the 3DS. I do enjoy the 3DS. And then we have Nintendo Land, which is supposed to be like, I guess, an amusement park with Nintendo characters. So there's really not much to say about it, but it could be fun. So it was a cool thing to be announced. And then, of course, Elder Scrolls Online. That's probably just going to be awesome. I do like MMOs and games like that, and I think Elder Scrolls has a lot of cool stuff they can do with that series. I'm really not sure why stuff like that hasn't already been brought to online, but at least they're doing it now. So yeah, I have to say that I was impressed with Nintendo this year. As a huge Nintendo fan, I can only say that it looks like good things are coming in the company's future. Handhelds, they typically have no problems with third-party titles. Handhelds, they always do right. The DS was great, the 3DS is great. 3DS had kind of a rocky launch, but now I think it's in a good place, and it's getting the titles. So I thought 3DS looked really great here too. Anything else to mention about this? Wii U, I'm not really sure how much it's going to cost, but I heard they want to keep it at a good price. It's not going to be like the PlayStation 3 when it first came out, so that's also good news for that. And I will definitely be picking up a Wii U and just, you know, going with it. Hopefully it'll deliver. They're saying it's really powerful. Everybody who's worked on it says it's really powerful, and that's what I want. I feel like it always starts off strong with GameCube, and they're releasing games for like PlayStation 2, Xbox, GameCube, and then towards the middle, it's just PlayStation 2 and Xbox. Companies just don't put it on the GameCube anymore. And then I feel like the same thing happened with the Wii, although that was more to do with the Wii not being powerful enough to play the HD game. So I understood that, but it's just really disappointing. I hate when I get a game and it's just crap, especially one I look forward to. Being a huge Sims fan, I got Sims 3 on the Wii for $50, and it is the biggest piece of crap I've ever played in my life. And when they announced The Sims 3 on the Wii, I was so pumped up for this game, so excited for it, and it was just complete shit. I can't even begin to explain the problems with that game. And I'm not saying it was much better on the other consoles, but if you know anything about The Sims, in the Wii version, you die in like 2 weeks game time. You just die. You can't stop this. There's no code. There's no way to fix it. You just constantly die. And in the Sims games, the purpose is to build your life, get a job, buy a lot of stuff, build a cool house. You don't have time for that. It's a horrible, horrible experience. I'll probably do a review on just that game for the Wii in the future. But yeah, so overall, like I said, I'm not trying to put down Sony or Microsoft. I think they had some good stuff here at E3 also. It's just Nintendo had a new console. And next year, when those guys have their console, they're probably going to steal the show too. So, yeah, that was E3 this year. I thought we got some good stuff, Zombie U and all of those games. So I am looking forward to what gaming brings us this year, and I will be picking up a Wii U and doing some videos on the games for that system in the future. So, yeah, I know this video is probably coming up a little bit late after E3, but I just wanted to go ahead and put my thoughts on this year's showing out there. So I hope you guys liked the video. Leave your thoughts on this year's E3 in the comments below, and thanks for watching.